those change. Books in genre, that's fairly easy. That's that. Member, this is just members of the library who sign up. So yeah, you can do the same thing. You can see what books they've got borrowed eventually. I'll get to that in a second. Simple fields, same as before. One thing I'd actually show with this is using a drop down is it's hard to set up what options show in a drop down with New Builder without kind of knowing what you're doing. So to make a drop down object, we've kind of done the same thing, right? Drop down, drop down and then the order and all that. But then you go to the drop down settings. Usually I just set length, and now this query right here is the majority of ways that you're gonna get options into drop downs. What I'll show you is this lists button right here. This takes you to the list screen, and the only reason for this whole screen whatsoever is just to store different sets of things. So if I go to that one is looking at the gender list. So we've got SLI, which is the list name is gender. So if I just look at that for a second, you'll see I've actually gone in before and I've added M and then male and then F then female. Now this works perfectly because we can join these options right here onto our author table, because that had a gender, right? We can join that on here and it'll actually replace F with female, which is which is kind of what it's doing. So yeah, this drop down is basically just letting them set male or female. So we won't worry about that anymore. And the same thing here with this active drop down. If we look at this is just going to be looking at the answer list. So if we look at answer, it'll have yes, no. Now answer should be in your default New Builder thing, I think. I had to add gender myself, but you'll find you add a lot of different lists that you're gonna want in different drop downs a lot. So there might be, actually let's just check that. There might be like months or month. You know, you might have to add one month that will go January, February, March, April, May, and then you might have a drop down that'll look at it all, and you can select January or March or whatever you want. So that's member one done. Okay, yeah, so that's the last of these kind of admin-y data entry kind of screens that I thought we'd put. Now we come to the two that actually make our library work. We've got the borrow form. I haven't added any yet. Let's add one. So I've gone here. All you simply got. This is actually display. You can't edit this. It's just showing whether it's returned or not. So first, remember, this is who's borrowing the book. John Smith. Cool. Books to borrow. I just thought I'd make it as simple as possible. Now this is looking at our actual inventory of books, not just the book, because it's going to be a lot. So you could search by serial or whatever. Let's take this one. So let's make him borrow both books. So we'll save this through. Now first thing you're going to notice, so if we look at our borrows, this is very simple, but if we look at our date and due date, it's actually blank, and that's because I have a plan to auto-populate it with some custom PHP code that'll update it after we actually save the record. We won't do that this video, but that'll be for the next video. And then the return screen, this will be same thing. Now I did originally plan to have a return table, but after I thought about it, all the return screen needs to do is look at the exact same borrowing table and just update different flags in it when stuff is returned. So now we can look at our whole this is just our simple booking, and this isn't editable. This is just showing whether the whole thing's been returned or not, and then we can return just each book as we go. And the plan is to have some custom code, custom PHP on save that just say they only return one, it'll return the date that they did that and actually record it against the booking item table or whatever I've got. Let's have a quick look at it. Just booking book, my terribly named table. So that's right here, this drop down returned. I'll actually add returned date right there. That might make sense. Would it? Yes, it would. I'll do that right now. Okay. Structure. End table. Was it Bob? Return date. No. Cool. Okay, and then we can do that in custom code and actually check that with the reporting and stuff. But yeah, we'll see the end result later. But so that's kind of all the forms and objects done that I had planned. The next step that we're going to do in the next video is doing some custom code, maybe figuring out some things that also need doing with maybe JavaScript validation or stuff like that. So yeah, we'll get to that soon.